afternoon and good evening, my wonderful Biafran people, Dududuwas and the Middle Beltans. Lovers of freedom all over the world, may the peace of the Lord be with you. May the face of the Lord shine upon you. May whatever righteous you do, may it prosper. He say, my brothers and sisters, do not forget to do your sister a favor. Smack the red button, click the notification bell. So whenever we upload, you'll be able to get notified. Welcome back to Omo Biafra TV, where we bring you the latest news concerning Biafra movement and actualization. Oduduwas and all the freedom fighters as well. My brothers and sisters, today we're bringing you the news and the prophecy of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, made a statement. He said that the day that Torah lands in the land of Biafra, we should know that Biafra freedom has come. I have two new things I'm going to present on this very short video of this very audio. He said Israel will be joining the African Union as an observer state, the foreign minister announced Thursday. Israel's ambassador to Addis Ababa, Alele Admasu, submitted Israeli charter as an observer member to the 55-member Continental Organization. Israel enjoyed observer status in the predecessor's Organization of African Unit until 2002, when the organization dissolved itself and became African Union. My brothers and sisters, are you telling me that all those things are happening just like that? I don't think so, because God in heaven is at work. He said, this is a day of celebration for Israel-African relations, said Foreign Minister Yair Lapid. This diplomatic achievement is the result of effort by the Foreign Minister, the African Division, and Israeli embassies on the continent. My brothers and sisters, the word of a prophecy is the word that's spoken and the word will come to fulfillment. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been foretelling us what are to happen. This correct and normal that exists for almost 2 decades, for 20 good years, rapid continued and is an important part of strengthening a fabric of Israel foreign relations. This will help us strengthen our activities in the continent and in organizations' member states. My brothers and sisters, our God is at work, and great and wonderful things are happening in our eyes. He said in October 2020, Israel also signed a normalization agreement with Sudan. The foreign minister said the development would allow for better cooperation on fighting the COVID-19 pandemic and on combating what? Terrorism. My dear brothers and sisters, God is working in our favor. He said former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu prioritized Israeli relationship with Africa during the later half of his 12 years in office, including with several Muslim-majority countries on the continent. Besides seeking new market for Israeli agriculture, high-tech, and security know-how, the former prime minister was eager to improve African nation voting record on Israel-related matters in international forums, such as United Nations Security Councils and UNESCO. Oh my goodness. In July 2016, Netanyahu became the first Israeli prime minister in decades to travel to continent when he visited 4 East African nations, Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda, and Ethiopia. In December of that year, Jerusalem hosted 7 ministers and many other top officials from over a dozen West African countries at an agricultural conference in Israel, which was co-sponsored by ECOWAS and Mashiv, Israeli Agency for International Development Cooperation. In June 2017, Netanyahu attended the annual conference by the Economic Committee of West African States, ECOWAS, an organization that included 15 nations with combined population of some 320 million. The Prime Minister was invited to the 51st Ordinary Session of the Authorities of Head of State and Government of the Committee in Monrovia, Liberia, capital city. Israel is returning to Africa in a big way, the then Prime Minister said before the trip. My brothers and sisters, not only that this is happening, I'm also going to share you with the what they decorated our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My brothers and sisters, this God is working in a very marvelous and in a very mysterious way for his people. He said that those who trust in the Lord, they shall not be ashamed. Even in the dungeon of fulani janjaweed, God is still doing his marvelous work. God is still doing his excellent job. For them to foster this, and it's also for them to monitor what is going on. God has been ahead of us in the midst of what is our struggle. Just in time of Israel nominate Nnamdi Kanu for Jewish Nobel Prize, a popular Jewish journalist at Times of Israel, Sashi Ishai, has nominated the leaders of the indigenous people of Biafra, IBOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for Jewish Nobel Prize and called on others to also nominate the Biafran freedom fighter for the prize. The Nobel Prize is aimed at fostering Jewish identity, inspiring Jewish pride, and strengthening the bond between Israel and the diaspora. To nominate Nnamdi Kanu for the prize, following the link below, nominate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at www.genesisprize.org/form/nomination. Report that the prize celebrates Jewish talent and achievement, honoring individuals for their accomplishment and commitment to Jewish value, inspiring Jews to connect to their heritage and to Israel. The vision of the Genesis Prize is a strong and a vibrant Jewish people, award of its root while looking to the future, a Jewish community flourishing in diversity, yet united in appreciation of Jewish values and support for the Jewish state. My brothers and sisters, can't you hear that? God is at work. Recall that the Federal High Court in Abuja had ordered the remand of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu till July 26, 2021, following his arrest. Oh no, he wasn't arrested, he was abducted. The Department of State, DSS, took Kanu to court same day his abduction was announced. Kanu was arraigned on charges bordering on arrest treason. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine that. Justice Binta Nyako said he is to be reminded in DSS custody pending the determination of his trial. There is no court in Nigeria that is worthy to try my leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu told the court that he decided to go underground because his house was raided, but he was able to escape. He said if he had not escaped, he might have been killed like other members of the group. That very act of Nigerian terrorists, men and women in uniform in the name of army, DSS, or whatever combination, they killed 28 people. And later the death of his mother and the father happens as a result of the trauma. So Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. Nnamdi Kanu escaped for his life. The judge who advised him not to free disconfigured to stand his trial urged him to get across to his lawyer for the trial. Kanu was first abducted on October 14, 2015 and arraigned on 11th count charges bordering on terrorism. Hey, Jesus Christ. My brothers and sisters, Nigeria is a kangaroo court where the terrorists are being pampered, paid huge ransoms of billions and millions of nairas, and the people that are agitating for a better nation, a better life, are being arrested, tortured, and disgraced. But listen, in the midst of it all, our God is able. When our enemy think that all hope is lost in the sight of the children of God, our chain, God is breaking the chains of darkness, the chains of terrorism, the strongholds of terrorism. The Bible said that even the lawful captive shall be delivered. The visitation of these 3 young Israeli people to Biafra land is a divine. I know that it pains my heart to see their situation in the so-called contraction called Nigeria today. But God is working in his marvelous way for Israel to make this move and for things to be going in the angle it is going. My brother, the Bible says, fear not, for the Lord is with his people. I said in the midst of the pain, in the midst of where our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu find himself in a time like this in the hand of his enemy, God is still moving in the heart of nations across to give him the solace, and we are solidly behind you. There is no Biafra without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be free to declare Biafra for you and I. He said.